What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BMax45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our deck excitement list for BT22, our not so tier list like we do for every format. It's the last part of our trifecta. We do the points list, we do the overview, and we do the deck excitement list and talk about what we are most excited for the new set and what we're looking forward to and what we want to build. And kind of what we're not looking forward to as well. It is a tier list, but it's not your typical tier list because it's not about, what's good, what's bad. It's just about what we are looking forward to. And, as always, leave comments down below. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Let us know, because, some things I'm interested in, you're not going to be interested in, vice versa. Some things that, I'm not interested in, you guys are going to be super interested in. And I want to know, and we're just kind of giving you my opinion on how I feel about certain things in this set. But let's get into it here. Let's talk about this because we got a lot of text to go through. And so we want to take our time, but really get through this as fast as we can. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. All right, well, we're going to get into it here, but we have to go through and label our tiers here. So that's something we do every time here is we're looking here to get the we've got our S, A, B, C, D, and we want to change that in the tier list here. So we're going to go, as always, our top tier is super excited. These are the decks that we are really excited for, and if I can spell properly, we can do this. Super excited. We have M, hoping to build decks that I am hoping that I'll get a chance to build, but they're not at the top of my priorities. Be nice to build something that I would be interested in trying, but don't have to. It's not what I'm really looking forward to. Couldn't care less. This is for things that things that I might be interested in, but at this current moment, I don't feel the need to build them. And then the last, of course, our D category is don't give a frel. And if you are a Farscape lover like me, you know what that means. You'll get that reference. So anyways, again, super excited. Those are the decks we're probably going to build. I'm hoping to build. Maybe if we have a little extra time, we can test that stuff. Be nice to build. If probably not going to have the time, but wouldn't be opposed to trying it. Couldn't care less. I don't have any need to try at this current moment. And then don't give a frel is just something I just don't care about right now in the game. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean it's bad at all, guys, but it's just not my cup of tea. So let's get into it. Let's start with our first deck, and that's the Mother Eater, the Eater deck. I just don't give a frel, honestly. I just don't. I'm not super into the pure white decks. I never got into D Reaper. Never felt like something I really had to play. And I kind of feel the same way about the Eater deck. The Eater deck looks interesting. It's just not something I really want to test out at this current moment. But tell me your guys' thoughts because, I'd love to hear it if you think this deck is going to be really, really good. I'm just not something that I'm probably going to play. So I hope it is good for any of you guys who do like the D Reaper stuff. You might be able to have a new form of that deck in this deck here. Next, we got the Omnimon DNA Digivolve. This is something I am super excited for. I am super excited for the Omnimon DNA Digivolve deck. I love DNA Digivolve. I didn't get to play the Omnimon in BT17. There's too many other decks I was really trying to test out, and one of the decks I just didn't get a chance to do was the Omnimon Ace DNA Digivolve deck. So this is kind of hoping that this is going to be something that's even more consistent. It's always hard getting into your DNA Digivolve for your level 7 because it's so much easier in a deck like Imperial Dramon where your DNA Digivolve is down at level 5. A lot easier to get 2 level 4s on board, honestly. But really good deck, and I'm really hoping that this is something that's going to be really good. I'm excited to see what happens with the new Nokia and stuff like that. So this is something I'm definitely looking forward to. Then we have our first Liberator deck. It's the Aquatic Mollusk deck, and I am super excited for this deck. But I'm going to go ahead and put it in the hoping to build category just because I don't know. There's a lot of cool blue decks in this set, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to, build that with the other stuff that I really, really want to play. So I'm hoping to build it, but I am super excited for it, just because I really like what Liberator did with the episodes. I really like what they did with Yao and her deck, and the cool things you can do with this deck now with the new support. Being able to utilize jamming with the Sangomon, being able to put sources in, take sources out, get rush. You can use things like the Rush Seedramon. You can use Hankunmon to just combo off and do lots of damage in one turn. It's a very combo-oriented deck with also some stun aspects of blue, which I really do like and appreciate. So, hoping to build that. The next one is the other Liberator deck, which we are super excited to play because we're already playing Fable Waltz in EX9, and we really like the EX9 support. So we want to give it a chance in BT22, see if that new support just augments the deck and makes it even better. Yet to be seen, but I do like some of the cards that are in there, the new unique emblem stuff. Nabutmon is just another option that you can go into with the deck. Having a level 7 is going to be nice. So I'm interested in some of the cards in this set too. Just not sure if it's going to really outclass the stuff we got in EX9, but I'm willing to give it a try. Next, we have Leopardmon. Leopardmon, I'm going to put it in the Be Nice to build category. I really do like Leopardmon. I've always wanted to build a Leopardmon deck. I never did it in BT13 or EX5 when we got the X-Antibody. I focused more on the Leomon stuff. But the Leopardmon stuff is really, really cool. And it would be interested in building it. I'm just not sure if the new Leopardmon is good for the deck, is good for the pure Leopardmon build, or if it's more good for like a CS trait type deck. Both are kind of interesting, but it's just not something that something that I have to build right now. It would be nice, but I'm kind of waiting to see how does this do? How does this move the needle for the thing? Just because I'm not sure if it really moves the needle at all. So. Next, we have Alphamon. Of course, Alphamon, the big boss. Alphamon, I'm super excited for. I haven't played an Alphamon deck in a long time, and I would actually love to play Alphamon, especially with the new Tamer, being able to warp Digital from the Tamer. But as well as you can play a traditional Alphamon build and have like your Dorumons and your two same level Digimon that makes his effect go live. So I'm actually really excited for this. And black yellow as an Alphamon color actually seems pretty right. So I'm actually pretty excited for the new Alphamon support, and probably going to play that honestly as my black deck. Another black deck that I really love, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to play, is the Diaboromon support in this set. I'm hoping that I might get a chance to build this, but I just don't know. There's other stuff that's, like I said, I just feel is better and more worth my time right now. I feel like Diaboromon often misses the mark. It just doesn't, get enough, good support to really elevate it where players, I think, want to. I mean, I hoped it was going to be really good in EX6 and then BT17. And again, the stuff was actually really good. It brought the deck forward into the new, the new meta. It brought it forward, years, because we hadn't got support in a while. And I still felt like it just missed the mark by a little bit. Just didn't get crazy. One day Diaboromon will probably be like tier 0. Cross your fingers, right? But and then they'll just ban every card. So it'll be cool. You'll have about 5 seconds with Diaboromon. It'll happen. It's got to happen someday, right, guys? The next one we have is the Platinum Numamon. I like Numamon. I played Numamon during the BT16-17 format a little bit. Deck got wrecked, but it's kind of cool because we got new cards like the new Gold Numamon, which can kind of potentially replace your X-Antibody that got limited to 1. And as well as the new Platinum Numamon. Of course, this is CS trait stuff, so if it, we have to wait and see. Does it work really well with the new Numamon line, or does it not? Kind of thing like that. But definitely wouldn't mind giving it a try. If I had the extra time, it would be definitely nice to be built, but it's not super high on my priority list. But like I said, I really like Numamon. For Lord Nightmon, I couldn't care less. I do like Lord Nightmon, but right now it feels like Bandai doesn't know what Lord Nightmon's identity is. We've had a yellow Lord Nightmon, we've had a purple Lord Nightmon, we've had a black-purple Lord Nightmon, and now we have a black-red Lord Nightmon. It just feels like they just don't know what the identity of this card is. It seemed like it was a card that allowed you to spam a lot of big bodies on the board by its effect, and then utilize those bodies to just go off with its own effect. And just feels like they're not sure if they know what this deck is supposed to do, and so I'm kind of like not caring about it right now because I want to see how things get flushed out later. Are we going to get some better support? Are we going to get another X-Antibody? Because it feels like some of those, like especially with that and the Leopardmon, we got that. We're getting these second X-Antibody cards. They're just so much better than the first, like Gallantmon X-Antibody from EX8 and Omnimon X-Antibody from BT20. Are we going to get some of those, second time over X-Antibodies for these that are really, really great? I'm kind of hoping we do, but we'll have to wait and see. Dianamon, I am super excited for this because I'm really kind of interested, as a purple-blue kind of deck, in the new direction that the Nightclaw deck is taking. Are you going to be playing the Lightfang stuff? Are you going to be playing the Galaxy, Grace Nova stuff? Or are you going to be focusing on this new build? How much of the EX5 stuff is going to be good for this deck? Or is the deck going to end up kind of like the Galaxy deck last format with the crazy top end that's not even Galaxy or Lightclaw or Nightfang? It'll be kind of interesting to see, but I'm definitely interested in the new Dianamon and the new support for this archetype. Could be really cool, and I'm very interested in it. We also have Metal Tyrannomon. I would say I couldn't care less right now, but I am actually you know what? I think it'd be nice to build. I think I'll put that in the be nice to build. I like Tyrannomon decks. I like the Liberator one. I like potentially other good Tyrannomon decks. This is a card that I think could be good for either the Ryutaru build, the Liberator build, or a new, if we get a new Rust Tyrannomon, maybe a Rust Tyrannomon X-Antibody, this could be really good. The level 5 especially, the other stuff is kind of meh, but the level 5 is really good for that support line. And so I'm always interested in when we get cool and good Tyrannomon cards. So I definitely think the level 5 is. You have to see about the other two, but it is kind of good. So hoping to see people innovate and maybe try something with that Tyrannomon deck. But not high on my priority list, but it would be nice to build. We have the CS trait Flame deck. I couldn't care less about that. I feel like it is an interesting idea, but I just don't know if they fleshed the idea out much. Because it's kind of weird, paying memory to activate an effect when so many Digimon cards just get to activate the effect. Some main, some on play when Digivolving. Just seems kind of counterintuitive to actually pay memory to activate that effect. So you have to explain to me how that gains you advantage. It is an interesting concept. It's cool. Miramon's getting some cool support cards, and hope to see more good stuff in the future. But we'll have to wait and see. And right now, it's not high on my priorities, so I can't really care about it right now. But hoping that that someone tries it out, and definitely I would love to see what it's made of. Shin Monziamon, this is a DM trait card. I don't give a frell about DM stuff right now. It's just not super high on my priorities. It's an interesting gimmick, but and I was interested in the Chimeramon stuff and the Machinedramon stuff, but I ended up playing a pure Machinedramon deck, and I really didn't do anything with the Chimeramons. So right now, DM stuff is just not on my radar. I think it's kind of cool, but I just don't give a crap right now about it. Then next up, we have our All-Force Veedramon. I am super excited for All-Force Veedramon to get him back in the swing of things. It would be really, really cool. I just really love this card. I really love the arena from back in BT11. I think the BT11 guys, All-Force could be really good. You're probably not going to play the ace, but I did use his thumbnail picture anyways. So we're just super excited to see the return of All-Force. We're going to have jamming. We're going to have potentially ways to OTK. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited to play a lot more All-Force, which is why I couldn't really put this on the top tier because I'm going to be looking for this guy. Next up, we have Mirai, Mastimon support. I'm hoping to build Mastimon support. I think it would be really cool. I would definitely enjoy playing the Mastimon support. I don't think we got enough support in this set. This is the really only support card we get in the set, and I just don't know if it'll move the needle anywhere. But I would be hoping to test that out eventually and see what I can see if there's anything really, really good worthwhile in the deck. I just don't know right now. I think and this is also good for CS trait stuff as well. So it might get played in that more than Mastimon until we get some more of Mastimon support. But we'll have to wait and see. And like I said, if I had extra time, I have some yellow and purple decks already lined up in the super excited category. But if I got some time, I wouldn't mind trying to test this new stuff out. Oranosmon, I just don't give a frel right now. I don't give a frel about links. I think links are interesting. Would love to try them eventually, but kind of like with Crossheart, Crossheart, I didn't really care about Crossheart, but then I kind of grew to love Blue Flare, and then later on Hunters, but I never really got into Crossheart, and I feel like links right now, I'm in that thing. I'm just not interested in the link stuff. I do want to face it and learn how to play against it, and so I can be ready for link decks, but it's just not something that is high on my priority list. And lastly, we have the Cyber Sleuth deck, and I would say I'm super excited for this. I think it's kind of cool with the new tamers like Amy Aiba. I wish we didn't get a Takumi Aiba. I was hoping to get a new Takumi, but we got her instead, which is cool. But hopefully, eventually, we get another one of him because it's been a long time, like almost 20 sets, getting pretty close. Well, 20. At least like 18 sets. But interested in this deck, maybe as a green deck even, because you play lots of like Palmon, Terramon. You have lots of your rookies and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to try this out as well to see, just kind of like the adventure deck, to see what we can do with this CS trait deck and all sorts of different Digimon and colors. I think that'd be really cool. But that is the deck excitement list. Tell me, guys, where you guys came out on this. I think we have a lot of cool things that we're very interested in right here, and some other things that we're hoping that we can build or not really caring about right now. It's kind of even across the board mostly. But tell me what you guys are excited for in BT22. Are you excited for any of the same decks as me, or are you liking some of those ones that I just don't care about? And what are you going to do with that? And tell me what you guys think about those decks and how you can make them viable in this new format. But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in to all of our deck excitement lists. We appreciate it so much. That's all for now, folks.